welcome back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Today we're finally doing the blush video. I've been struggling over here. Don't mind me literally having panic attacks. Literally my stomach is so absolutely fucked right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm working on that. But enough about me. Let's get into these blushes. I'm gonna show you right now how many blushes I have sitting in front of me that I want to try on and just talk about and do a whole blush dedicated video. These are all the more new blushes in my collection, and a lot of them are creams. Some of them have been sent to me, some of them I bought. I'll let you know as I go, and I thought it would just be fun to do something chill, try on everything, actually use these. Some of these I have been using, so I have some thoughts. Others I haven't tried at all, and I thought we could do it all in one video. And if you have some blushes at home and you want to try them on, even if you're not going out, like, let's do it together. Or obviously you could just watch in peace, whatever you want to do. I just thought it would be fun to actually get these on my cheeks. I have fresh brushes out the wazoo. I've been prepping myself for this, so we'll see how far I can get in here. I'm telling you, I have probably like 30 plus blushes. Some of them are palettes, some of them are singles, like it's a lot. This one's for the blush girlies, which I'm definitely a blush girly, especially right now. I just think it looks so fucking good. And so yeah, let's just get into it. I'm gonna be reapplying my foundation as we go. Like, we're literally trying them on. RIP to my cheeks. My little rosy cheeks will be naturally rosy after this video, I have a feeling. But let's just see how far we can make it. Maybe I'll do a part 2. I think most sane people would look at this and know, like, yeah, duh, that's a part 2. But I'm gonna see if we can power through. So I'm gonna zoom us in a little bit. Not too much. I don't want you too close to my face this whole video because that would be just like obnoxious, I feel. I'm gonna start off with some Ciate London stuff because I just happen to have a lot of Ciate London. So first we're gonna start with these little dewy blushes. I got both of these through BoxyCharm. One I got in my BoxyCharm. The other I picked out on sale for like $6 or something. So we have the shade Coconut, which is the one I'm probably most excited for because it's more of a neutral. I'll give you guys swatches as we go as well. So here's what Coconut looks like. It's almost like a purpley brown. Very, very pretty. Very excited. And then this one's called Papaya, and it's definitely brighter, which I know I switch it up a lot, you guys. I'm like, one month I love neutrals, next month I love this type of color. But I will say, I don't know if it's summer, I don't know if it's like me getting a little more tan, I don't know what it is, but I have been enjoying these types of colors. So I definitely want to get these on my face. Haven't used them yet, have been wanting to, and just haven't done it. So I might just work off my hand actually now that I have a little palette going, and let's see what these look like. They might be applied best with a sponge, but I'm gonna do a brush. I've been enjoying like a lot of my creams and stuff with brushes lately. So we're gonna go into the Coconut one first, and let's see how this looks. Okay, so it's very soft, like very soft, very dewy. It actually feels a little heavy on my face, I feel. Not sure I'm loving it, honestly. Okay, we're starting off strong. So there's the Coconut. I don't know how much more I could even build that up, to be honest with you. This is definitely something very serum-y, very glowy. It almost feels like skincare with a slight tint to it, but like if I really blend this into my hand, where is it? So not sure I feel. Definitely feel like I can feel it again on my face. Let's try the other one. All right, here we go. New brush, new hopes and dreams. I'm kind of going heavy, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I like this color, and I think actually the fact that it's a little more subtle will work better in this color because it is so sheer, like it sheers out so much. And I'm doing like quite large blush swatches. I have the rest of my face done, but I really wanted to see first off like what the blush would look like if I was all done up, not just only blush on my face. But I might be going a little blush heavy. I made mine look a little more neutral to kind of account for that. Okay, I think I prefer Papaya, like color-wise. I mean, this is pretty, don't get me wrong. It's just like, oh, and it is drying down a bit. I don't personally feel enough color for what I want. And I know that sounds like, but Lauren, like, do you even like that much color? And I think that normally I would tell you, like, I like something subtle, I want something subtle, but I don't know. There's something about it I'm not loving. Like, it's the texture to me. You think it's gonna be moisturizing, but I just don't like it. It almost feels like my cheeks are a little sweaty and a little weighed down. This is first impression, so maybe with a sponge it'd be better. Maybe on the right day, not here, it'd be better. I don't know. I'm definitely going to give them a second chance before I just write them off completely. But upon first impressions, I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan. So, okay, there we go. First Ciate London blushes, coconut and papaya. Unfortunately, papaya looks so much better though. Unfortunately, these seem like they're gonna be no's from me. It's interesting though, because there's like this tiny bit of a stain on my hand. So I don't know if they like stain over time or what's up with that. And naturally, we are gonna see my makeup get progressively worse and worse. I have a feeling. So you're gonna have to forgive me if my makeup starts looking a little rough throughout this, but hopefully it won't be too bad. The other Ciate London blushes that I have are these glowy blushes. I have 4 of them. I think these are revamped from their other glowy blushes that they used to have. So this is First Date. We'll do this one first, and this is probably my favorite looking just at the colors. So I'm excited for this. These are very glowy. Oh yeah, I love this. It's actually looking less glowy on my face, and I kind of like that. And I love the color, really pretty. So here's a swatch of it, and then that's it on my face. And I'll swatch the other 4 or the other 3 here so you can see them too. So First Date, win, really, really like that shade. Next, this is the shade Tempt Me, definitely a little bit lighter. That's it next to First Date. You can see that it's like a blush and highlighter were put together for these, like a hybrid type product. Oh yeah, this one's a little light. I definitely see the highlight coming out like way more. I don't know what that's about. You can like see the highlight so much more than on this cheek. And I don't think that's a difference with my brush application, but there we are. It's okay. I definitely prefer First Date. This one's a little bit light, and something about the color mixed with the highlighter on me, it's looking like, I don't know, just a little too light. I want it more punchy, I guess, with less highlighter. Maybe if this is used as like a blush topper over something, I think it would look better, but I prefer this side for sure. I think I'm actually gonna build it up a little, I don't know, and see if I can get a little more glow from it. I mean, it's there. It's just so much more wearable and like kind of subtle, which I prefer. Like, I do. I prefer this side for sure. No contest. So yeah, Tempt Me isn't really my jam. Okay, I switched up the lights a little. Hopefully that looks okay. I think it looks better. So I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. We're only on round 3 and I'm already questioning all my life decisions. Next, this is the shade Deep Love, and this is the deepest that they sent me. Again, I don't know if they're gonna have other colors, but this one has more of like a berry tone to it, so I'm excited for that one. A little bit of a different brush, but we'll see how it goes on. Yeah, I like this one a lot as well. I like the highlighter in it too. Like, it does add something luminous, and it really does feel like a 2-in-1. So you can see the highlighter, and the highlighter's light enough, but the blush color is deep enough. Unlike, I feel like, at least for me, the Tempt Me shade that we used on this side last time. So very happy with that one. I will say, as much as I know this is going to be kind of torturous and disastrous for my cheeks, I wanted to do this because I've gotten a huge influx of blushes, I feel like, at one time, and there's quite a few that I haven't tried on. Like, all of these Ciate London ones I haven't tried on, and to think of how many times it would take me to wear my makeup to even try each and every one. This is like a week's worth of blush where you're using a different blush every day, and so, you know, that just would take forever to figure out, whereas this is giving me kind of some first impressions and some ideas of what I want to try again and all of that at one time. And I've really noticed that the faster I use it, the better. Like, no getting it and putting it in your drawer, letting it sit untouched. No. You get that shit on your face. It comes in the mail, you take off your makeup, you do your makeup that day. Like, that definitely helps me stay excited, just actually try stuff and not save things away, and then they get lost and kind of, you know, forgotten. I'm not doing that shit anymore, at least trying not to, and so that's part of this video also. But anyway, I really love that color. I really do hope that the lighting actually looks better and that I didn't change it to look worse. Okay, last for the Ciate London. This one's called Dollface. I think I like had this one at some point. I don't know, but this one's more of a pink shade. So here they all are. Dollface. I don't know, the one that's on this side, the Tempt Me, I think, and First Date. Like, very pretty. I really do like these two, and I think I might like this one. We'll see how it actually looks with that highlighter. It's definitely that kind of like rosy pink thing, which I'm trying to get into, but I don't know. It's hard for me. It's really hard for me. Maybe that's better. I don't freaking know. I don't know, guys. All right, there it is. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not obsessed. These kind of pinks are hard for me. I want to get into them. I know they're more popular, but something about them always feels like a little, maybe it's because it replicates the pink in my actual skin, like when I'm covering up with foundation too much, that it just makes me feel like undone. Whereas ones with more brown feel more intentional looking on my skin. I don't know if that's it or what, or I'm just not used to seeing it on my face. I don't love it as much. My ranking would go: First Date's my favorite, Deep Love's my second favorite, Dollface is my third, and Tempt Me is last. I'm pretty sure that's how it would go, but they are overall pretty. I do like the idea of like a blush and highlighter together, like a glowy blush. Definitely into that. So yeah, those are the Ciate London, what are these called? Glow 2 blushes. All right, let's move on to another brand. I have two blushes from Moira here. One's a cream, one is a powder. Look at the embossing on this. I know a lot of people have seen it, but it is so pretty. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's like this ombre. Haven't tried this one on yet, but the other one, the cream, I have, and you guys, it is so good. I'm like obsessed with this blush. This is the Loveheat cream blush in the shade 01 Respect You. This has me wanting to try out so many of the other ones from their line. That's a swatch of it there. It's so similar. It is like a dupe for the Tower 28 one. It's even very close to Magic Hour in color. Not exact, but very close. So I love this. I already know I love it, but I thought I'd demo it for you. So I'm just using a stippling brush. This is the Sigma F53 Air. Holy cow. Okay, I just blend this in, and as a cream blush, it has nice color payoff. It also just blends in so fast, and it's that thicker kind of cream formula, and I just find that it doesn't pick up anything underneath it. It sits on top of whatever you're putting it on very well. I love to bring this like across the nose and do like the very blushy look with it. I just love it. And it gives your cheeks like something kind of glossy without being too heavy, but you know, it's there. I just love it. I really, really love this blush. And I have been enjoying the Tower 28 as well. So love this. Respect You's a beautiful color, but they have, I think, 6 in the line. So they have quite a few, and they are quite affordable. I think this is in like the $6 to $7 range, if I'm not mistaken. But let's try this one out. This is the Signature Ombre Blusher in the shade Tender Rose 02. I'm gonna swirl. I know I'm like defacing this beautiful embossing, but I don't know. I'm kind of tap swirling. Not too much like powder kick up, so that's kind of nice, and it didn't really mess up the embossing, which is great. Let's see what this actually looks like. Oh yeah, nice light peach, really pretty. I'm already going in for a little bit more, trying to make sure, ooh, I got more of that red color, so we'll see how that looks. I mean, red maybe isn't the right color. It's more like a peach. Holy shit. Okay. It's a little strong. Definitely a blushy look. It is matte. Beautiful though. And I do think even for, you know, it's a little bit stronger, but it is blending out really nicely. So that is it. Ooh, I like that. Definitely you can get some color payoff if you dip into this side. And so really I feel like, let's swatch it. You could do a few things with this. Okay, well this side is kind of, on me, pretty useless. It's not really too much. But then we'll do one swirled, and then I'll do one like the most pigmented you can get. So here we are. That's just the lighter powder. This is the mix, and that's the darkest. It's kind of similar to the Pat McGrath Paradise Glow blush, but like the lighter version, you know, but kind of similar. Look at that. Just saying, just saying. Okay, we're gonna try that on too, so don't worry. We're trying it all today. I really like both of these. They have I think two other in this line. I'm not really sure, but pretty damn happy with all of it. Everything I've tried from Moira so far, it's very good quality, and I also love that it is more affordable. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I think over the two, I mean, I just prefer the cream. This is just so amazing of a dupe, I feel like, and it's even the same exact packaging, like same vibe, same feel, literally just says Moira instead of Tower 28, like seriously. All right, next we're gonna do these liquid drop blushes. These are both from Rodial. I got these from BoxyCharm. One was in a BoxyCharm again, and then one I bought in the sale. The first shade, this one is called Frosted Pink, and let me swatch it. These have like the dropper thing, and they're kind of like liquid versions, I feel like, of that Ciate London Glowy blush. Like they definitely are shiny and I mean, they're like highlighters that are tinted like blushes, okay? The other shade, Sunset Kiss, please. Please. I'm like a sucker for a color like this, but these definitely seem a little metallic. So I'm interested to see how they're actually gonna look on my face, on my skin, all of that. I've already cleaned some of my brushes, so we're just gonna go in, and again, I think I might just work off of my hand. So I'm gonna go in with Sunset Glow first, because this is the color I think I'm gonna like the most. And I'm really making sure I like get the whole brush evenly coated. Let's see. What's happening? Okay. Not a ton of colors coming off immediately, but I am getting this really glassy kind of glow. I kind of like that. Very metallic though. I think this is like that summer beach babe, maybe more minimal makeup, blended in with a sponge, be done. It's not giving me a ton of color, like a ton, but I think it's still really pretty and definitely gives me that like minimal makeup vibe. But if you have a lot of texture, it's gonna show it. I mean, it's more metallic, but I like it. I like that one. It doesn't feel too heavy either, even though I guess like it is kind of similar to the Ciate London in texture, but that one feels just a little more sticky and like heavy. I don't know. I just did not. I'm like surprised I don't like those because I was really excited for them. Let's do the other side. I'm gonna use a duo fiber, see how that works with it. This pink, again, is that kind of pink color that I'm like, do I like it? Do I not? I don't know. So I hope in this formula, I can like it more. I like it. Let me blend it in. Okay, it has a lot more color, I feel like, than this one. Even though this just is more tan. I just love that. You guys know, I'm a sucker. Okay, but this one, I don't know, there's something about it I do like. It's very glossy though, like extremely glossy. I don't know, I guess I'm thinking of practicality. Of course, in my beach babe, like by the pool, which I am going on vacation next week. I'm so excited. I'm like counting the days down. I need it. I might film, but only if I want to, because telling you, it is about relaxation. I feel like as I've gotten older, I finally understand why people go on vacation and just like sit at a pool, or like people go on vacation and just like wine taste. I always thought that was so boring when I was younger. I was like, let's do stuff. And like, I'm like, no, I need a recharge. Okay. Anyway, we're like spaing it up. It's gonna be great. Anyway, I just like the glow. I think that like the glow is what's saving the color for me. And I also think this color is youthful. Again, it's hard for me with these pinks that look like cotton candy, but something about this one's working at least a little bit better than I feel like even the one from Ciate London, that's the powder that we've already done. So yeah, I'm pretty good with these. Definitely prefer, I think, Sunset Kiss. It feels like the liquid version to this from Cantecaille, which we'll be trying later on, but this is like an eye and cheek thing. I guess this is more bronze, so that's the Cantecaille. This definitely compared, you can see that kind of the pink coming out, the kind of coral pink thing going. So really love this. This is just okay. Definitely like this side though. This gives me bronze beach babe, but I could still make it work for daily. This is like a lot. I don't know. This also helps so much because I don't want to just declutter things like if I haven't tried them yet or all of that. But once you try something, you kind of get an idea of like, okay, do I like this? Do I like it right now? Do I not like it right now, but I kind of still like the idea of it? Or is it something that I thought I liked the idea of it, but it's a shitty formula, or it's just never gonna work for me? Like there's never a time or place it will. Sometimes you can know that, especially from trying it. So this just helps me kind of whittle things down as I've been testing. And this one I like. I really like this side. These are my cheeks right now. They look like I'm already wearing blush. We are continuing on. I think next we're going to tackle this palette. This is from Beauty Bakerie. It's the Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter palette. This was also BoxyCharm. I'm telling you, sometimes I gotta stay away from those drop shops, okay? This is what it looks like though, and I was excited for it. Once I got it though, I'm like, what the fuck? These are like the same color, so we're really gonna put that to the test. Let me give you some swatches really fast. All right, so here are the colors. There's like a berry kind of looking one, more pink. This one's kind of like champagne-y pink, and this one, they like look really similar in the pan, but I guess technically this one's more coppery, I guess. Like it has an orange undertone to it as opposed to this one not having quite that. The feel of these powders is definitely kind of hard pressed, and it reminds me of just like metallic eyeshadows. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna judge it too much. Let's get it on our little faces. I'm gonna do the two that look so gosh darn similar first so we can really see. So we're gonna go with Sip Sip Hooray, this one here. Beauty Bakerie is one of those brands I really want to like try stuff from, but it's hard to find stuff that I think I'll really love. You know, I don't wanna just get stuff I'm not gonna love just to do it. Huh, I'm shocked I like this as much as I do. I was nervous because the formula, but I'm really swirling my brush in, and this one's a dense brush too. And I love, definitely highlightery. Like I wouldn't necessarily need a highlighter. Would I add one still? Maybe. Maybe I would, but it looks really beautiful. Okay. I genuinely thought I wasn't gonna like this, but I really do. Okay. That has me excited. I'm going to try this brush. This is a Refer brush. Not as dense, and it's natural hair. So I'm going to try that in this one. Definitely kicks up more powder already. Natural hair brushes tend to do that. But this one's called No Champagne, No Gain. Let's see what that looks like on this side. Oh my gosh. I genuinely, I don't know, even swatching them right now, I was like, because they felt like the powders, the way they felt, it didn't feel luxurious. Let's just say that maybe. They felt kind of hard pressed, and I just felt like, oh, are these gonna go on almost like eyeshadows? But they're glowy. I mean, look at this. But I think it's beautiful. I think it's really nice, actually. You're definitely seeing some texture, but I think they're really pretty. Do they look that different on the face? No. You can kind of see it though. Is it like casting weird? Or is that just the lighting? I'll need to test that out. Because obviously, I don't want it to look like weirdly almost, can you see that here? Like gray. I don't know if it's happening with this one as much, or I don't know where you can like kind of see it. In person, I don't really notice it. But on the camera, I'm wondering. This is it with a little more light. Maybe I should leave it here. I'm gonna go back and forth between the lighting. Honestly, it's because I'm sitting here in front of the lights. I feel kind of blinded by them. I'm also just like have horrible eyesight, so half the time I can't see detail anyway. I cannot see detail anyway. Pretty happy, honestly, with both those so far, exceeding expectations. I don't know. I like them, even though I just hope it doesn't look a little bruisey. I don't know. Overall, pretty happy. I'm excited to try the other two though. All right, we're on to the other blushes. I think I'm gonna do the brighter one over here. I keep doing like the tan ones over here, and I wanna make sure we're not getting tricked by lighting or something. Oh yeah, definitely more of that fresh look, but I kind of like it. When it comes to those like pinks, I feel like this one has this slightly deeper tone to it that I think I do prefer, whereas sometimes this kind of like cotton candy colors can look a little too, I feel like, light. And this has a little bit more depth. It does have like a golden peachy shimmer to it. But again, I feel like it has the depth there, like, you know, something popping or whatever, where it's not like weirdly washing me out even though it's pink. You know what I mean? Those are what the other ones make me feel anyway. Okay, very fresh, very rosy, but I like it. I really like that one too. Probably the one that, well, maybe not the scariest. I think the next one will be the one that has the best chance of not looking good, just because it is kind of cool toned and kind of almost purpley, and depending, it might look a little bit bruisish on me, but we're gonna try it, of course. I'm using this little egg brush from Refer. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, a little bruisey. A little. I mean, maybe if I did a little less. And in person, it's not too bad, but I do think it's a little tough. It's a little bit of a tough one, at least for my skin tone and everything. Not impossible to wear. Like, I think we're kind of making it work, but I do think it just so easily could go into the territory of bruise. I love the shine on these. I actually really like how this formula is looking though on the skin for being so glowy. There's something about it, and I'm telling you, when I swatched them, I really thought, I don't think this is gonna be good, but I actually really like it. I think it'd be great if they could come out with singles. I feel like a lot of their stuff comes out in palettes and then it's in boxy charms and stuff, and you know, whatever's working for them, if it's working, great. But I really would love to see this type of formula in some other colors in compacts that you could actually just buy, because these all are a little similar. Like, I think these two for me, beautiful. I could probably be without those two. But surprised by the formula, love the shine that these have. I really wish that I could just have the one or two that I really like. I like this one, and I think I like the first one I tried the most out of them, but that's what they look like. These two are my faves on me. So just little, the undertone's dark, you know, so I have to be careful. It's kind of giving me like contour, you know? All right, we're back. I took a little brush cleaning break, and let's do some one-offs. I think that would be fun. Let's do creams. I have been loving this blush, so I'm so excited to like do it in this video, share it with you guys. This is the cream blush from Dominique Cosmetics, and it's the shade Natural Rose. I love the packaging, and I love the formatting of this. So it's just like in a pan, and this color, usually, I don't know. I was nervous to order this. Again, BoxyCharm, fine. I think it's BoxyCharm. Maybe it's FafaFun. I don't know. It was like $7, and so I was like, fine, I'll try it. Like, everything seems to be lining up. The only thing I was worried about was the color, because, you know, it's like a rosy red, and I just palmed the dip, you guys. My gosh. Okay, let me get myself together. So this is like a rosy color, and kind of nervous about that, but I have to say that these kind of colors I've actually been enjoying. Usually I'd go for something with more brown, but this has just enough brown that it's not like bright red or like a pinky red, and that tiny bit of a difference makes the difference. So I have been loving this. Another one that I like to use, like a dual fiber. So I'll just put this on, dab it in, add some color, but it's like more natural looking, kind of the sunburnt look. But again, something about it I feel like doesn't mimic maybe the pinkness in my face exactly. So it feels like I did this. Like, oh no, I don't have pink or redness showing from my face. Like, this is a choice, but still natural. I love it. I love this over the nose. I am so into this color. I love the formula as well. It's almost like the e.l.f. one in Bali, which, let me just swatch that color because this is on our list to do at some point. It's similar to these putty blushes, but not quite as like drying to powder. Like, there's something more luminous about it in the actual formula. So that's Bali. That's the Dominique one. So a little bit more bright, I guess. This one has more brown in it, but I love this. Like, love this for summer. This is beautiful. I honestly feel like it's worth the full price because of the packaging as well. It just feels good. Like, this is just nice. This is one of those products that always makes me excited. Like, this was a BoxyCharm or like sale makeup win for sure. For sure. I love it. My lips are like, what's going on? What's happening? Let's put some more lip balm on. The other one I want to try, this is just actually a sample, but it's the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blush in the shade Provence. And I think this was like a 100-point perk or something like that. And I was like, hell yeah, let's try it out. I want to try this. And honestly, samples like this size and whatnot of cream blushes, like that's gonna, this is how they should sell them for a penny. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is the color. Ooh, it's gonna be so pretty. I feel like this would almost probably go on best with a sponge, but I don't have a sponge. So I'm gonna do more of a brush like this, which we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I'm definitely open to the fact that upon first application, since I haven't applied this before, I can't remember if I did, that I might need to work on how I apply it, what brushes I use, what I'm using underneath. Like, there are some variable factors that might make a product work or not work, depending. So this, let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, this is natural looking for me. Definitely compared, I feel like, but so pretty. Like, it's undetectable. Yeah, that's pretty. Definitely more on the subtle side, but I still think really beautiful. I don't think it's messing with my foundation underneath, and it's definitely giving that just like subtle, more natural look. But I feel like I've used a lot of it, so like an easy cream or liquid blush, at least in this color. I'm not sure what other colors came out, but I do like that. This is it on my hand. It's there, but it's just subtle. I mean, the color itself is subtle, so I think both those are wins. Love that. I already know I love it. I've been wearing that. I've been wearing this one. But this I think is really pretty. Definitely, I feel like a keeper. It would make me want to kind of go see what other colors are there to see if there's something else in the range. And it looks like it's drying down too. So that's interesting. And it's like one of those, it almost feels like a liquid lipstick drying down. Like, but that one that has like a little bit of tack to it. Does that make sense? Or a bend to it. It's not like that dry, brittle ones. Something like that. So I think it was probably going to have some like longevity too. But I need to test it out more, but just something I noticed. Definitely dries down. All right, I think we're on 16 blushes if we're counting like the face palette as the 4 blushes that they are. So I think I'm going to get up to 20 in this video. And then if you want to see a second version, let me know. Just because my cheeks need a little rest. I'm not about to like basically chap them before my vacation. I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. But if you like this, we can definitely do more. So yeah, just let me know. We're gonna do Denessa next because I have one of each, and I think it'll be interesting to see the differences of these two colors next to each other. So these are not super new, but I just feel like I haven't had the chance to talk about them or anything, so I thought I'd put them in this video. I got the Vision Flush in Ballet Slippers, which let me swatch that for you. So that's ballet slippers. And then the other one is called Bread and Butter. They are very similar, but one is more mauve and one has more of like a burnt kind of, I don't know, orange type of look to it. So I'm going to put Bread and Butter. I'm actually just gonna dab it from the doe foot onto my face and blend out. So we're starting with Bread and Butter. Let's see how it goes. These are pigmented. I've used them, but I would say I wasn't in my cream blush phase. Like, I'm in a cream blush phase. I go in and out. It's like moon cycles. And right now I'm definitely in it. So let's see. Bread and Butter is okay. I mean, these colors to me are very youthful. You know, like if you want to bring kind of life and vitality, I think that's what these kind of signify or signal. It's pretty. It's fine. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let's do the other one though, Ballet Slippers, which I do think is the one, well, it's the one I've used the most out of the two, and also the one I'm almost 100% positive I prefer. So let's do this, but you know, of course I do. It's the one that has like more of the brown to it. Do this. Definitely different brushes. So we'll see how that goes. Holy shit, it's like so pigmented. I did like 3 on one side, so I was like, oh, I definitely want to make sure I do 3 on the other. What the fuck? I mean, blends out beautifully. I'm not gonna lie. Very pigmented, but blends out very nice. Wow. It almost feels like, is it more pigmented or did this brush just let more get on? I don't know. I'm gonna try so we can actually compare them. I'm gonna add more of the Bread and Butter to this side so we can see the difference. Okay, but there's something about, like, now that I have this much on, I'm kind of getting used to seeing it, and I kind of love it. If you want something that definitely has the pigment, which you can control, I mean, you could just use like a drop. I do think these are beautiful. So that is Ballet Slippers. That is Bread and Butter. This definitely has like a tiny bit more of a pink undertone. It is slight, but I think the difference is this looks like I'm blushing, I'm a tomato. I probably am actually sunburnt. This looks like I'm trying to look sunburnt. It's different. This is a staged sunburn. This is a real sunburn. This is skin damage. This one isn't. That's how I feel like it looks. But you'll have to let me know. I definitely think I prefer Ballet Slippers, but these definitely have some pigment to them. I don't know. I think that they're just a beautiful formula where when you start blending them out, they really do look so nice. And they're not like matte. They just look like skin. They really do. They just like go into your skin so beautifully. I really love them. You can see the difference there a little bit more. It's even more slight on the actual face. But yeah, Ballet Slippers definitely is the winner for me. But These are really, really beautiful. And then you can see here, there's like a little bit of a stain left from the bread and butter side, the more pink one. That's that. Definitely don't let it sit too long, but you have time to blend it out. It doesn't dry down quite, but it's also not like tacky and gonna move around at all. The formula's good. Yeah, my cheeks are not gonna take much more of this today. They're like burning a medium amount. It's not too bad, but it's also very real. Okay, I think for this last bit, I'm gonna do 2 more one-offs, but they're gonna be powder. So I'm gonna do the Cantecaille, which I think I've done a video showing this in a different video. Like I tend to do little try-ons on full faces with other videos. So I'm gonna put this one on. I do like this a little bit more wispy, I guess, because it is more of a bronze color. You can use this as like a highlighter, a bronzer, an eye color. Like it's like a one size fits all product where depending on what you want and what you like and what your skin tone is, you can use it different ways. But I do like this as like a bronzy blush. So I'm just going to, I'm using a duo fiber. I'm just kind of building that up gently. I personally tend to use this over a cream blush. My favorite way is over Teddy from Persona, which is just beautiful. It's like a brown too, so I feel like it just complements it well. And kind of this brings out a little bit more of like a blushy tone to go with it, but they kind of go really well, and it's just like a nice base. I mean, this one to me is just like expensive. Like that's what it gives. So you can see there tons of shine. Like the way this shines, you almost don't expect how shiny it is. I don't know, I didn't anyway. So beautiful as like this highlighter, bronzer, blush all in one. Really good for like simple makeup. Again, like summer. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take this with me on my vacation. So that way when I'm by the pool, I still wanna look cute. Like, you know, it's about just like living my best life, honestly. But I love this. I freaking love it. I think it's so pretty. I love that you can use it multiple ways, and I'm like surprised at how good this looks because it seems kind of scary. Like, what is that? Just like a brown like bronzer, but it's so much more. It's so much more, and it's stupid expensive. Like, too expensive, honestly. Next though, the other side, we're gonna use this blush from Laura Mercier. This is a part of a limited edition collection. They have like 3 different colors in this rose gold packaging. This is the shade Peach Shimmer. I kind of think I meant to get a different color of this, but let's put this on. I'm using my Rephr angled brush, and I'm really swirling it on. I mean, this color is quite light, so this gives me the room to really pack on this color, so not only we can see it, but this is also how I would put it on to wear. And to be honest, this is when I wish I had the other color. There's like this middle color that I wish I got instead of Peach Shimmer, because this does definitely have a peach color running through it. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't like the way that looks. It just looks kind of powdery. The shine on it looks almost like a mattified, like dull shine. I feel like you can see all my little pores. And maybe it's just that I shouldn't build it up. Like maybe it works best when it's not built up this much. I just don't like that look. If it didn't have this shimmer running through it, I'd like the color overall. I just don't like that flash. Like I just think that looks bad. I don't like that. It definitely doesn't look like skin. It looks like makeup. You can like see it. So disappointing. I've tried this a few times, but I didn't realize how much I didn't like it till this very moment. And I mean, I like shimmer, so it's not against the shine, but look at this shine. And then this shine just looks like crusted on, like crust. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love this, but those are the blushes. Let me zoom out, I guess, a little. I guess for a little recap out of everything I showed you today, some of my top favorite standouts, the Dominique Cosmetics, love, love, love. I really love this. I think it's beautiful. Same with the Moira. These two are probably some of my favorite cream blushes out of the pack. And I think the reasons I also like these is the formatting. Easy to dip a sponge into, easy to dip your fingers into, easy to dip a brush into, whatever you want to do. I do prefer this kind of compact when it comes to a cream blush. I just find it's really easy and simple. For the bougiest item in here, I do love this. I think it's just so stunning. and it's just like, it makes me happy. I think that's also part of it, more like a feeling. I love the compact. I love the embossing. I do like the look of it. Definitely a good one if you're actually going to use it in multiple ways and you use these colors often, of course, like to make it worth your money if that's like the thing you're worried about. But I do love it. I think it's so pretty. There's something about that powder and a lot of the Cantecaille powders that it just has this like delicate shine to it that isn't, it's just a little different. It's a little bit different than other things. I think most shocking, I did really enjoy the formula of a few of these blushes. Some just color-wise didn't work, but again, formula I was a little nervous of, but I really like the way that they turned out. So that's actually surprising. I really wish these were in compacts though, because when I think of this blush palette, obviously if all these blushes color-wise looked great on me, that would be amazing and it'd be worth it, but it's kind of big. A lot of them are similar and I could just use like the one I need and just have these two. Even a duo would be better. So that's just something, you know, I wish. It feels so early on, but I really did like the shade First Date from the Ciate London blushes. I mean, this is just kind of my style. So that one's definitely a standout. And I think out of all of them, probably going to be my favorite and the one I reach for most. After trying everything, I think these might be some of my least favorite things I tried on today. The Ciate London blushes, the dewy ones. I don't like the feeling on my skin, and I don't think these are gonna stay in my collection, honestly. I feel like if I really wanted that look, I could take a cream blush, add the dewdrops from Glow Recipe into them, and tap that on my skin. Like, it would be the same thing. Also, just such a disappointing product. I really wish I could like this more, the Laura Mercier. I just don't like that golden kind of thing going on. It's so frustrating because in a swatch, like if I just swatch it on my hand right now, I don't see that golden thing coming out, but whatever happens with buffing and putting it on with a brush, all that, it shows up and it's there. Disappointing, especially for the price. This is expensive. I think the Danessa Myricks one's super solid and really great for a skin-like finish. I just think the packaging maybe isn't my favorite. Again, I'd rather it be a cream in a compact that I can dip my brush in. So there's that, just kind of a packaging thing. Similar, I feel like, are the drops, although I feel like this is just one of those ones that feels fussy, like as in just high maintenance to like get out and use because it has the dropper, all that, you know? This seems like the type of product for someone who mostly does skincare and then adds a few drops, like taps them in with their fingers and moves on. But I did think that the finish was pretty. Is that mostly everything? I think that's mostly everything, my gosh. But I really had fun trying stuff on with you. I'm glad to have gotten to test out some stuff. It really gives me some clarity on things I want to test more, things that I'm kind of already ready to move out. And I know later on when I do need to kind of weed through my collection and just get rid of some of the bulk of things that I really am not going to use. Not things that I'm just not using right now, but things that I'm never gonna want to use. Those things can kind of leave, find new homes, hopefully other people who they do work for. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you like these blushes, what your favorite colors are, or some of your favorite blushes at home, especially if they're creams. I would love to know to keep my eye out for some sales or whatever. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you're doing well. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.